This is going to post with another 4 KRVs here in September 2014. It's going to be on a Hall of Famer auto knife. SOG Spec Elite 2. You're in a hurry? Okay. 10 out of 10. There you go. Hall of Famer. 10 out of 10. It is very rare I put my likability scale in video form because it may change. But I do it with blades that I'm very confident in. I'm confident in the Spec Elite 2 Auto. So now watch this guy. He'll go out and buy one. He'll go, hey man, how'd you hear about that one? Well, I watched a Nutnfancy video. The whole thing? No, just the first 50 seconds. And then I bought the knife. Could happen. By the way, you're looking at what I've always called the sea of blue of my reviewing table. We'll put some color in it with the patches, which I've been doing lately. I don't know if you guys know this. You should if you've been watching all my reviews. Out of frame, I usually have a note page. And yes, this is going to lead up to the Spec Elite 2, which I'm going to talk about. On the note page, I'll have like little blurbs, things I would like to include in the review. In this case, a KRV. Here's the one that I just did on the Boker Stingray. That's pretty typical. I don't have a lot written on it. I don't need a lot. I've been doing this for a long time. I speak off the cuff. I'm never scripted. Not never. So there's a Boker Stingray if you're interested. A little behind the scenes. It's kind of fun. There's a Gerber Gator. It'll be posting along with this video. Not much there. It's pretty funny. Here's the one for the SOG Spec Elite 2 Auto. No, basically I have nothing on it. I have competitive options, weights, and prices so I can remember. Look at that, dude. That pretty much says it about this knife. Perfect. You know, I've brought some really nice knives to the table. Almost always I will pick something apart on the blades. I don't like this. I don't like that. I would really like to see this changed. If you've watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. I don't apologize for any of that, by the way. It makes a better product. Many times I've incorporated things in the reviews. The manufacturers go back and they change it. From my review, I don't know. From a crescendo of people who agree with me, probably. And the product gets improved, in my opinion. Not always, but sometimes it happens. On this knife, the SOG Spec Elite Auto, I can't really think of any improvements. Hence the rating, 10 out of 10. You know, it is an automatic knife. I've said in past KRVs that I tend to use manual blades more. I just like them. A well-balanced manual action knife is just amazing. And I was going to show this later on. I'll show it now. There's going to be a lot of competitive options and fun knives I want to throw on the table. That's what pretty much makes it feature length and a POU discussion. Cut out POU, cut out competitive options. You're looking at a 12-minute review, if I just want it to be. This knife. Hey, that's not an auto. How did I get in here? Benchmade, red, 940 Osborne Axis. Oh, I love this knife. This knife can basically show up in any of my reviews, even the philosophy videos, and it would be welcome. Hey, we're talking gun control. 940 pops in. Hey guys, what's up? Hey, what are you doing here? I just thought I'd drop by, see what's going on. Hey, we're sure glad you did. You're awesome. Yeah, I know. It's just a cool knife. Here I'm bringing it in to show you what a perfect, this is a perfect knife. Pretty much. I mean, there's this or that I'd change about it. Pretty much perfect. 2.4 ounces. You know, axis lock. What a manual action can be. This is generally where I gravitate. But autos are cool. I won't say they're necessarily faster, not with today's assisted opening knives, even manual action, but they're cool. Philosophy of use, you like auto blades? Like I still do, I admit it. Great option. Great option. Collectible, it's just fun. Hey dude, auto knife. Bang, done. Yes, I know UTMPers sometimes live in jurisdictions where they're not legal, available, but if you can get it, put it on your list, especially for the value you're going to get. We'll talk about that. I'm really going to hammer that home. Philosophy of use. Could you use it as a tactical knife? Yeah. You'll see the ergonomics on this blade are excellent. I think the speed is excellent. There's a couple things you need to really be aware of when you run an auto. As a defensive blade, collectible knife, yeah, I think so. You know, not in the terms of, I don't know if this knife is going to be like, you know, uber collectible in terms of increasing in value. If SOG came out tomorrow and said, hey, we're not making that knife anymore, I think it would. Because people didn't have the foresight to go out and buy it. That means the production is limited. There's really not that many running around. It's always supply and demand when you're talking about collectability. I wouldn't say always, but it has a lot to do with it. Hey, that knife's pretty cool. Roger that. There's only 105 of them in the world. Price just went up, $850. Kind of like that. I'm really not talking about this knife. I'm talking in general. Yeah, EDC knife. Yup. Blade is small enough to EDC for me. I like a smaller knife. The weight is svelte at 3.8 ounces. Yes, it's under 4 ounces. And yes, that still excites me. I've thrown a ton of knives out here that weigh way over that, and I love them just as much. But, dude, 3.8 ounces? Look how thin it is. I'm going to show you competitive options. I think I got one here. Yeah, a traditional aluminum scale auto, thickness-wise, what's normal and what's been established in the industry as a normal width for a coil-fired auto, which this is. The feel is amazing. I mean, it just feels like when you're carrying it, you just don't even notice it. To me, that's the best EDC knife, the best utility knife. You know, you're at home, you should have a knife clipped to your pocket pretty much all the time. Yes, even in your underwear. Hey, gear check me in my boxers. No, never going to do that. Okay, maybe not in your underwear, but I always have a knife on, several actually, running around the house. The knife is just super light. Love it. How about the steel? Cryogenically treated SOG steel is what it is, and it's pretty good. Fine-grained, sharpens easily. Does it last a long time? Not really. I don't think any knife blade does when I really get to using a knife. What's really getting to use it? Cutting a lot of cardboard. That really tests a knife edge. You know, we'll see how those carbides hold up under, 150 feet of running cardboard cutting cross-grain. Industrial cardboard. That's a test. I haven't seen a knife steel that super impresses me yet. If memory serves, and it probably doesn't, by the way. That is a SOG blade shape. Spencer loves this one. You know he does. Founder of SOG. Great interview we had with him a couple years back, by the way. Really interesting video. Check that out. It's not flat ground. Hey, not flat ground. Yeah, everything doesn't have to be flat ground. It's actually hollow ground here from mid-spine, and it has a beautiful flat portion for stability on your sharpening device if that's important to you. Speed on this auto is excellent. Fastest in the industry. Let me just say this. You don't want it too fast. And I have seen autos that are too fast. I'll show you a couple ones, and one in particular in competitive options that falls into this category, and it will leap out of people's hands that aren't ready for it. The Spec Elite 2, I should say the Spec Elite 2 Auto, as you can see, might fall into that category. Focus, camera, focus. In other words, you give it to a dude and he's like, yeah, man, let me check your knife out. Boom, it flies out of his hand, stabs him in the face. Be careful. Speed's excellent. Is it better than an assisted opening knife? No. Not really. And one of the caveats I was going to tell you about in POU is to deploy it, you're going to have to find the button. You know, what's easier to find, a thumb stud or a side button? Well, it depends. It just depends. Depends what you're used to. Me, I'm used to thumb studs. I find them quick, and I'm talking a non-waveable knife. Waveable to me is really fast. To me, that's like the fastest deploying knife. Waving out of the pocket, boom, instant blade. Love it, like the Spyderco Endura 4 Wave. Oof, love that blade. Gear checking it. Guys who gear check me, I'd carry that blade for like all the time if I could. Speed is excellent. How about lockup? Sometimes an issue with autos because they have to be a little bit looser. I don't detect any movement at all. I will tell you I have not hard used this knife either. There is a pivot adjustment here. Sometimes, and I didn't really test this on this knife, SOG doesn't lock this offside down, so it will actually spin when you tighten it. I hate that. They should make it not spin. You know, just flatten the side of that other side so the user can adjust it as necessary. As it comes, lockup strength seems pretty good. Handle construction, probably 6061 T6 aluminum, and it's got some really cool milling in the side of it. See that? That has the added benefit of traction. Another plus on the handle is no sharp corners. Notice that? None. I mean, it's rounded and comfortable in hand. Ergonomics are improved by jimping here and an excellent, really just a perfect thumb ramp with jimping on top. Maximum control, and you have some down here. So this is a knife that will lock in. Getting to a defensive use of the knife, there you go. That to me is a prereq. Always said that. Never changing that. How about clip design? How about, where's that word? Oh yeah, there it is. Perfect. Yeah, clip is perfect, dude. Love it. Deep carry. Invisible. Hey, I can't pull the knife out then. Well, put a freaking lanyard on it. There's a hole right there. You know, just put a little skeleton lanyard or whatever you like on there. 550 cord, extract it that way. I like a deep carry knife pretty much all the time. You know, here's a 0561. This style lanyard is what I'm talking about. Like that right there. Clip is just amazing. Can you swap it left and right? Yep, you can. It is tip up. Love that. We would expect nothing else in this automatic style of knife. How about value options? This is where it's just fun. The one I was going to show you that I think never, ever should have been discontinued, and I'm going to give Kershaw some heat for this, and they deserve it, is a Kershaw, hold on to this thing, when you deploy it, Breakout 7000. 2.6 ounces. It was $70 when it came out, and it was available in purple, and now it's gone. And I talked to Kershaw years ago. I was like, why are you discontinuing this knife? It is selling so well. I mean, let's compare it against another Hall of Famer, the Spec Elite 2 Auto. I mean, it's even thinner, open backed. It has a beautiful 1-to-1 handle ratio. Honestly, I actually like the handle better on the Spec Elite 2 Auto. It's more hand filling, and I like longer handles. So I don't know, I can actually hold the knife and use it. And additionally, this one, since the handle's longer, could be a great impact device. Yeah, do that into someone's carotid. Not the blade, this. Ouch. Yeah. Less than lethal. We'll call it that. Now, the 7000, I mean, it's light, beautiful blade shape, hollow ground, really affordable, nice spider web style milling on it. And man, was this thing fast. Fast. I've seen guys deploy this knife and it flies out of their hands. The 7000. It's like, boop, it's gone. I'm like, dude, I told you to hang on to it. I know. I talked to Kershaw's like, why are you discontinuing it? They're all like, well, it's an auto. You know, and I say, you know, increased liability for us. You know, we're afraid that guys are going to hurt themselves with autos. I'm like, am I hearing you right? You're a freaking knife maker. You make knives. Knives are dangerous things. Dangerous things, if misused, can hurt you. I mean, how can you put that argument forth and continue to make knives? Folding knife, fixed blade knife, fillet knife, utility knife. It's a stupid argument. Oh, people could hurt themselves. Well, no more than any of the other knives you're making. Maybe there's a reason they just weren't coming clean with me. I don't know why they discontinued it, but Kershaw was stupid to ever get rid of this knife. Ever. They should just kept making it. It's one of the best production-made autos ever, and it stacks up very nicely with another Hall of Famer, SOG Spec Elite 2. This thing is amazing. I'm so glad when I hooked into this, to me, that takes the place of this knife. Because when I heard this was discontinued, I went to my bedroom that night and I started sobbing. My gosh, I can't believe they're discontinuing that. I'm kidding. But, you know, I was bummed. Like, man, just keep popping it out in different flavors, dude. It'll be an all-time favorite auto knife. Now, They quit making it. Well done, Kershaw. Other competitive options. And this one I was going to tell you, and this one's discontinued, but this comes from a I kind of think of a semi-custom company, Microtech. This is a UMS. I've shown it before. It's out of our collection. It's a gorgeous knife. That very limited edition electric blue. Beautiful S30V steel blade. What's the date on that? 04. This knife is worth more than the $150 I paid for it. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Yeah, they go up in value. I could sell this in an hour if I put it online. Maybe sooner. I don't know the price point. $200? I'll just guess. Gorgeous knife. But I'm showing you this, one, because it's cool and it's fun. And two, to show you what is a standard for an auto. You can see it's a little bit thicker than the Spec Elite 2. A little bit heavier. Not much. Still pretty light. Actually, I'm lying about, that's probably about the same weight. Sorry about that. Oops. Same weight. See, I told you my notes keep me honest. Next up, you saw my notes already, so you know it's coming, right? The Protect 3. All-time favorite auto knife. Damn, son, this thing's cool. 154 cm, 3.6 ounces. We'll just call it the same weight. This one's in black. I've shown you other colors. Good pocket clip. Doesn't carry deep, though. Still awesome. Skeletal construction. By the way, every knife I'm putting on here, Hall of Famer. So don't look at this and go, oh, one's better than the other. Well, maybe in this respect or that respect, they're all awesome. How about this? SOG Tac Auto. I reviewed that in 2009. 3.8 ounces. Os 8. About $100. Excellent knife. Great jimping. Super cool glow-in-the-dark crosshairs. Impress your friends. Pocket clip's cool. I find it to be slick. And I find the aggressively upswept blade of the SOG Tac, in my way of thinking, less preferred than this one. That's just me. You may differ. You may totally dig it. What I'm saying is if I had to buy one between these two knives, I'd get that one. Plus, I love the black and clip. Love it. And there's other colorations of the SOG Tac, pure black, that have come out. Awesome. This isn't an auto, and I got to tell you guys, it's really tempting for me when I do an auto review. I'll go down through our knife storage, and I start pulling out what I call cast members. Everything you're seeing is a cast member. More insiders information here. They come onto the table to be seen in the videos, to be a springboard for discussion. Fun, interesting, adds depth to the video. Love it. It's hard for me to not bring assisted opening knives. I'm like, oh man, that knife's cool. I want to show that one. It's not really an auto knife. Yeah, but it's cool. I'll just do it with this one. This is a mini, and I reviewed this a little bit back, the Flashback. This is a cool knife. SOG product. Yes, they fixed the deployment issue. It was like stiff to deploy. Some guys were whining about it. Cool clip, but that clip, I'm sorry, does not even compare to that one. For low profile carry, just really cool. This one has the advantage, like I said, of being able to go over really thick fabric in your pants pockets. This is a cool knife. I don't know why I'm showing it. Just fun. I already showed you the 940, but like we said, that knife pretty much welcome in any video. Not an auto. Because he's so cool, he can just show up and hang out. Let me give this dude center stage, because that's a knife we're talking about. Sorry, UMS. So sorry. Last but not least, this is a weird knife that I don't know if I've ever shown since 2009. I don't even know if they make it anymore. The Buck Cirrus assisted opening. It is not a Hall of Famer for a lot of reasons. One, it deploys slow. It's not an auto. It's assisted opening. It's slick. 420 HG steels, around $60 at the time. Still a cool knife. I really don't know why I'm showing you that. Oh, by the way, I took the safety off it. The safety was cumbersome. I had this big, goofy toggle right here getting in the way. I was like, that sucks. Took the knives apart. Put them back together. They're cooler that way. You know, first kind of cool talking, these knives are all about the same. How fast they get out, how fast they deploy, how easy they are to carry. Probably the two most capable in terms of ease of carry and speed would be these two. When we're just talking autos. This one's gone though. It's not available, the 7000. Talked about that. This one is though. Get it while you can. Very cool knife. It is a 10 out of 10. I probably shouldn't have thrown that right off because, like, hey man, there goes the suspense of the whole video, Nuttin. Guy watches 53 seconds, buys the knives. Whatever. One thing I didn't talk about is the safety, by the way. It is very positive in the SOG Tac. So not SOG Tacs. This one, the Spec Elite 2 Auto. Locks it open and closed. I like how it's positive, and no, I don't use it. What? It could deploy in your pocket. In a very rare set of circumstances. Oh no, here comes a call. Oh, it happened to me. I just don't do it. I just never seen it. You know, you can make the case, since this is not a recessed button, it would be wise to carry it with a safety on. Okay, I'll give you that. You know, because something could bump into you and pop it open. I get it. It hasn't happened to me. It's happened to someone I know. That would probably fare against this knife in terms of speed, because now if you have to wear it with a safety on, you're looking at a multi-process. Knife comes out, find, locate the safety, turn the safety off, rotate the knife, find the deployment button, push the deployment button, bam, you got a knife. The main reason I don't run safety is I don't like it in terms of speed. Versus a waveable knife, a fast manual action knife, it comes out quick. Still love the knife. Totally recommended. Feature length, baby. See ya.